Welcome back. You're joining me, Ashkin Rahman, on Capital Today. Well, on our topical discussion today, we have Mr. Jack Rao, who's the CEO of Agenda Surya Communication. Thanks for coming in this morning,
Hello,
Mr.
hi.
Jack.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, Jack, can you share a little bit more about your background and also your business's background?
Actually, basically, my background is actually I'm a finance person. It means I've been working as a finance manager before I joined in with this particular company. So what happened is actually after 2001, my company was shifted out from Kuala Lumpur to other places. So we opted out. I opted out actually to take the VSS. Then I started this company actually called the Agenda Surya Communication in 2002. Then slowly the whole entire thing, because we are thinking that I wanted to do something that where we can position Malaysia, where the Indians product and services actually how actually to penetrate the entire regions. That is actually my background on that.
Well, you started Agenda Surya Communication back in 2002, and immediately you actually started hosting events which are targeted to the Indian community, being the Diwali festival in Brickfields.
Correct.
Can you share a bit more about what made you decide to go into a very specific niche market?
It's actually what happened. I think Malaysians community, if you see that Indian community, even though it's only 2 million population, but it's actually what I'm trying to say that it's actually underutilized strengths. What I can say that, and you see that the 2 million populations actually 85% actually consists of that came from Tamil Nadu, another 10% from Andhra, and also another 5% from Kerala, and the rest is actually came from Punjabs and also northern Indians itself. So what happened is actually the business, the whole entire thing is actually involved only these particular states. Very little kind of thing, and on top of that, the particular the trade between this all entire thing has been generations, has been handled by the parents of the children's kind of thing. So, but it's not really been commercialized. And on top of that, if you see that in 1999 until 2002, where the Diwali and also Hari Raya was been clashing. So I think that particular times, I think most of the businessmen actually concentrating in Masjid India. And when the whole entire thing clash, I think Deepawali have lost the charm, so kind of thing. Then only make me to decide that actually why not we do a very organized and an exhibition in Brickfields itself in 2002, and we started that in 2002 in a very high daring move they wanted to put in, and in that years that we put about 48 booths, and be able to get it almost about the response about 50,000 to 70,000 people actually have visited the events.
Well, even your first event was actually in Brickfields, and Brickfields is already considered a highly populated area even back then. What was the challenge for you to actually get a spot to put in 40 or 50 booths during that
Actually,
year?
no. Actually, if you see that in 2002, that the KL Centrals are newly developed, that particular point of time is only have LRTs, that there is no monorail at all.
Okay.
And many people actually do not go to Brickfield actually for shoppings.
Yeah.
They only goes to Masjid India. But we the one who took the bold move that I think that the KL Central is going to be the perfect place for us to do it. And I the one who take the challenges, I think that because many people have said that we will fail. But the thing is actually, I put it the whole entire thing a very bold move actually. We think that if you do what the consumer want, definitely I think you'll be succeeded. So that's the reason that we organize the whole entire thing in a very particular kind of very organized kind of thing. And what happened when we started this, of course we put normal canopies kind of thing, but in year 2005 we already started putting an aircon canopies, aircon marquees, correct. So that is actually giving us a very good what it means a paradigm shift, that when we're shifting the whole entire thing, because you know the Malaysian weather is very hot, so it makes the consumer and consumer actually to really like it, actually the concept that we actually created. And this is a make not only Indian community to come, but also the Chinese and also Malays to come in. And what happened slowly with this particular success of the Deepawali Carnival in Brickfield have shifted the entire concentration from Masjid India to Brickfield. And what happened? A Malay community have actually gone to Masjid India, and Masjid India has actually grown, and Brickfield have grown for the Indian community, and Masjid India have grown for the Malay community itself.
Well, pretty much Brickfield has grown tremendously over the past 10 years.
Yes,
now
exactly.
it's actually one of the destinations for tourists to actually go and visit.
Correct.
Yeah.
You see, what I'm saying is actually, if you see that, you see what particular thing, before we came in, Brickfields only got about 10 shops. Only 10 shops, the whole entire thing. Then now you have almost about 40 shops, and before we moved to Bukit Jalil in 2012, Brickfield was so big because they expanded so huge, and every time Deepavali carnivals, when we organize it about 2 weeks before the Deepavali, we receive total visitors up to 500,000 people over the 2 weeks period. So that is actually have boosted up the whole entire area, and of course with the development of the KL Central and everything, and Brickfields until they got it Little India status in 2010.
Wow, amazing. Well, one of your festivals, which is the Global Indian Festival, this year will come to the 12th year it's being held.
Correct.
Can you share a little bit more about what visitors can expect out of this festival?
You see, the Global Indian Festival is actually a very high-end festivals that what we are looking at. You see, what I have projected the whole entire thing, because you see, India have about 33 states itself in India, but like I said just now, about only 4 or 5 states has been exposed to the Malaysians community, and also the Indian community itself. So this particular event, all the years actually, you always bring something new. Means what happened is actually what is the latest in India into the fashions, even on the bangles, even accessories, even your artifacts, even a handicraft item. These particular products will be there first. So that's the reason that every year we will receive nothing less than 300,000 people actually to visiting that particular event. So that's why I said every year when you come in, you definitely will see the latest product and latest fashions, the one given, and on top of that, this is all manufacturers and also the whole distributors are coming to Malaysia. So we trying to see that how actually can access direct to the consumer.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting exhibition where you have a huge number of people displaying their produce or even their fashion from India. What was the biggest challenge for you to actually get these people, to attract them to come in, especially when you first started?
Oh, it's a big challenge. Actually, we see that what happened initially, like I say that Malaysia was not a preferred destinations of trade for the India, Pakistan's country, thing, because they always prefer Europe and also America. But I took the challenge that at that particular time that Dubai Shopping Festival is the one of the preferred trade or consumer events in the world, the preferred one. So the next one, they have many. And also even you're talking about Singapore's and also Melbourne's events. So what happened is actually when we started in Mid Valley, we created the first one with the first hall. Then the second year we went to the first hall and second hall. Then third one we went to the third hall. Why? How to make the people who come in actually, our numbers of exhibitors have grown over the years. And we are trying to show that by participating in the event, they will get the results. So what happened is actually, by bringing the whole entire exhibitors to Malaysia, we are able to create Malaysian businessmen who are able to connect them and also become their partners, their agents, their wholesalers in Malaysia itself. This actually has made the number of exhibitors have increased over the years. So when we started in 2004, we got it almost about only about 30 exhibitors from overseas. But now you're talking about in 2013, last year, we got almost about 120 exhibitors who came from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, the whole entire region. And like I say that we wanted to make Malaysia as the hub for the Indian product and services, where Malaysians can take the advantages and we can sell to Vietnam, to Philippines, to Indonesia, other countries. So it is definitely will give a very FDI growth for the countries itself.
Well, excuse me, you're talking about a lot of different regions in India, and they are all being represented. What are the specific regions? Do they have specialties that maybe you can share with us?
You see, something I think that like Rajasthan. Rajasthan is actually a state that I think even Malaysians have heard, but they are very, very specialized on the colors. Their colors are very cool colors, means very nice colors kind of thing. And the way they put the saris, they put the churidars, they putting the Punjabi suits, everything is very nice. Also including the accessories, the bangles, the earrings and everything. So this is not been exposed to Malaysian's market. It's not been sold over the street in Malaysia. So this is actually one of that biggest attractions where people are looking forward for that. This is where the Bollywood artists, Bollywood actors kind of thing, they're using the whole entire thing. And unfortunately what happened, because of that particular limitation, you're unable to get this into the shops. So this is actually one of that attraction. And one more thing, like Hyderabad pearls. Hyderabad pearls, the pearls is only can be obtained in Hyderabad, the Charminas in Hyderabad itself. So this particular pearls and stone is also been used in for the Taj Mahal's buildings. So these stones only can available in Hyderabad. So when people come, when visitors come, they can able to buy the product directly from these particular vendors.
Well, nowadays you actually see more and more people coming up with Indian festival, especially our neighboring countries like Singapore, where they have, some would say, would have the latest fashion from the Indian market.
Correct.
How do you actually take that perception and change it, that this festival that you're holding actually has one of the latest ones direct from India?
You see what happened before we started, even in 2005 or 2006, all these whiles, many Malaysians, all what happened, they only go to, all Malaysians or even the regions, so they only consider that Singapore is actually the leading market, they're the trades, shows kind of thing, whatever.
Because they're considered like a port country,
correct.
They can export more.
Exactly, so even now itself. So, but what happened, we able to change the perceptions. That what happened is, in 2007, our Global Indian Festival, we already attracted almost about 470,000 people.
Wow, that's a huge success.
Yeah. Then after that, we have overtaken Singapore and also Melbourne, become one of the biggest exhibition hub for the Indian product and services. So now what happened now, Malaysians or even the people from Singapore, even from Indonesia, people from from Medan, from the southern of Thailand, they are actually looking forward to come to our event. So our event is become one of the icon of that whole entire region. That's the reason that when we are doing the Kuala Lumpur's, the Global Indian Festival, we are also doing an event in Penang, and also we are doing events in JB. This is the three main event we are doing it for the Global Indians on the Indian festivals itself. Then the year end we will do the Deepavali Carnival. Deepavali Carnival is actually practically for the Malaysians, basically for the festivals. On top of that, what happened? We have decided actually to do the Singapore event this year. They call the World Indian Festivals 2014 for the first time.
Okay. Well, you're talking about having people coming in from Singapore and also from southern Thailand to come into your festival this year in Mid Valley. How do you actually put your outreach to get the market, the people, the buyers to come in and join your festival?
It's not, the numbers actually have grown over the years, and we have the database. Actually, what happened, we have our emails blast kind of thing. Normally, we will register all these particular visitors, especially from overseas, to inform them about the thing. And on top of that, what happened is actually the mouth-to-mouth advertising actually have been worked very well, and also we are using our social media actually to push our event. And the biggest thing, that the success of the whole entire event that we have done is actually a lot of our local vendors actually able to find out a lot of overseas agents through the events. Like in our one of the, what I can share with you is actually the altar makers, the guys who started with me with the 2 workers selling the altar. Now with me for the past 12 years now, he have almost about more than 100 workers, and he's exporting all over the world, including Australia, UK, Dubai, and everything. And he having a revenue of incomes of 20 million a year now.
Wow.
That is one of the thing. And one other one, I'm talking about Ipoh Kacang Puteh, where he came in. Last time they were only selling during the temple celebrations kind of thing. They came to us after they developed the whole entire concept kind of thing. Now what happened? They've been already start opening the kiosks in all the shopping complex. And now they start exporting the Malaysian Kacang Puteh to the overseas, including to the supplying to the airlines. So this is all the success story has been created from this whole entire shopping festival, Indian shopping festivals.
So pretty much those who come to your festival, it's not just consumers but also trade visitors.
Yes,
trade
exactly.
Yeah. So over the past years, your Indian festival has been a huge success. What do you expect this year? I mean, especially this year being Visit Malaysia year.
Yeah, of course. The one I told you just now, we got it about 470,000 also in the 2007, also in the Visit Malaysia year. So this year also Visit Malaysia year, 2014. So I'm expecting this year definitely is going to be a better year, and we have done a lot of new things actually to present it to the Malaysian communities, especially on the entertainment side, on the culture side kind of thing. So what we are trying to do is actually we are trying to introduce the attire and also the culture, that how actually this Shahjahan from what is that, from Andhra Pradesh, and also Mumtaz, and also the things in Taj Mahal kind of thing. These entertainments kind of thing we are going to do it one. Second is actually on the food itself. We are trying to see that, because at the moment itself we are selling a lot of food stuff like the kacang putih, we are selling the Indians sweets kind of thing, and also we also have this all the food items. So we are trying to expose more on that. So we believe that this year's and the response will be much better than previous years.
Well, okay, I really would like to know more about the food that you're going to showcase at this festival. But right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. If you want to find out more, stick around. Welcome back. I'm still here with Mr. Jag with regards to the Indian festivals. Well, Jag, before we broke off, you were talking about the food that's going to be showcased during the Global Indian Festival 2014. Can you share a little bit more? Because I understand that the Southern Indian food is close to what we eat every day at the Mama stall.
Correct.
But then you have the other regions with very different food.
You see, like I said, that when India have about 33 states, they have a different kind of food kind of presentation, because according to the climate, according to the region, according to the people. If you see the Northern Indians people, they eat a lot of breads, and they eat a lot of chapatis, they eat a lot of naans kind of thing. And you see that even a vegetarian, if you see in Malaysia, you see they were vegetarian, they're only talking about a very small stuff kind of thing. But when you see that, actually they have a lot of things. Actually, you probably, when you see the food, you want to become a vegetarian, fully vegetarian, become healthy kind of thing. So this is what we're trying to showcase on that. And when you see that Indian food, they're actually very balanced. They have sour, they got sweet, they got very spicy kind of thing, everything. So this is what actually we're trying to promote, especially to the non-Indians communities in the country. So I think this is very important, because as the new generations have came in, like I said just now, they do not able to see what actually the real of India's claim. Because when you see in the TV, they only knows about Rajinikanth, they know Aishwarya Rai. They thought that is only India. But India is bigger than that. They offer so much of things, bigger kind of thing. So this is actually our responsibility. We think that by having this particular shopping festivals, Indian shopping festival, to can get the promotes, beside of entertainment, fashions, and also shopping, also the food, also the part of that.
So pretty much coming to your World Indian Festival would actually be almost like traveling to India on a trip.
Correct.
In a day.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason that I've told you that actually we are going to do the World Indian Festivals 2014 in Singapore for the first time. And we are very confident that that event is going to be one of the hit in Asia itself. We are hoping that World Indian Festival also we are going to promote on the food, the fashion, the culture, and also the shopping, fashions and stuff. So we are really hope that it can further elevates Malaysian image, because we were going to bring a lot of Malaysian exhibitors who are probably on the Indians itself. Of course, we are opening to the other businessmen who wanted to come and participate. We think that by having in Singapore one and also one in Kuala Lumpur, these two events can talk each other and collaborate to make it the whole entire regions very interesting for the Bollywood market.
Well, talking about the other festivals that you have, there was one segment in the Global Indian Festival that was so successful that you started having a spin-off of this festival, which is the Indian Wedding and Bridal Fair.
Correct.
Can you share a little bit more about this fair, which is specific to the Indian wedding?
You see what happened, the Indians community have become so improved over the years, and the wedding become very lavish kind of thing. They wanted to get it because it's once in their lifetime, they wanted to get it very exclusive kind of thing. And what happened is actually, then only we started this about 5 years ago, and we started together with actually the Global Indian Festival about 10 years ago, but it's only about few vendors have been participating. And about few years later, 2008, we decided actually to do the whole entire event separately out of the whole. Then 2009 we started. And when they started the whole entire thing, the industry itself have grown so much, and we have able to produce a lot of good photographers, good cameramans. The people are doing the decos kind of thing, and don't be surprised that the Indian community is spending a lot of money just for the wedding, especially for the deco. Some of them even they're spending up to 100,000 even for the decorations.
Wow, elaborate and also grand.
Exactly, to make it the grandest kind of thing. That's the reason that actually he makes that the Indian wedding fair is very, very interesting, where it's not only for the Indian but also for the other races to see that how colorful also into that. That's the reason that actually we make the whole entire thing to do this Indian wedding fair this year, which is going to be held in Mid Valley Exhibition Center from 25th to 27th of April.
Well, how different is this bridal fair compared to your Global Indian Festival? Well, I mean, will you not see the same kind of saris if you go to the bridal fair and also the Global Indian Festival?
Indian wedding fair is practically what happened. Indian wedding fair is practically is only we are bringing the vendors of involved or the wedding planners. We are talking about the bridals vendors. We are talking about the video vendors, photographers, the vendors who are doing the decos, travel agents, the caterers kind of thing, and also even the saris, whatever. There is only our wedding saris or dinner saris kind of thing. And also you're talking about accessories, also a lot high-end accessories. But if you see the comparisons to Global Indian Festival, we have a majority of them is actually they are normal sari sellers who are ranging from middle income to higher income of groups, and also even the accessories which is you can use for the normal daily life kind of thing. So this is actually the difference between Indian wedding fair and the Global Indian Festivals. When you can see the differences when you go, of course there's also a vendor of the wedding in our Global Indian Festival, but the Indian wedding fair is very precise and also very concentrated on the wedding planners.
Well, looking at as an exhibitor, if I'm a business and I want to actually open a booth during one of your festivals, what kind of benefits do I get?
You see, this particular event, the events that we organize by us, actually is one of that most sought, means people are looking forward to the event. And this event is actually, in any business, if you see that advertising, whether TV, radios, newspapers, everything is very important, including Facebook. But meeting the people on the ground, that is most important. That's why the exhibition is taking place. So we are the pioneer in the country, and introducing the whole entire new product to the new concept to the people. So the exhibitors able to benefit because they are meeting their target market directly, and they're able to expose and also they promote their product at the one place. Means because the cost of exposing and also promoting your product is very expensive if they go on their own. So this vendors actually paying about 4,500 ringgit. So when they're taking each booth kind of thing, they're able to see, like wedding fair, you can able to see about 30,000 to 50,000 people, the range kind of thing. So by, let's say you are the deco players kind of thing, so you're able to showcase your product to 50,000 people immediately. But if you go on your own to promote it at 50,000, it could cost you a lot of money. So this is the way that how actually they benefited. And our vendors are actually every year it's been increasing, and our rates of consistency, everything is about, means the exhibitors repeating back is almost coming back is almost about 88% to 90%.
That's a huge number.
Yes, huge number. So we always get the new numbers, and that's why we're increasing every year. So this particular exhibitors, like I was saying, that they have improved a lot. Some of them they don't even have the shops. After 3-4 years after being with us, actually they're already opening out a shop. They get on exposure, and there has a results that whoever people who participating with us, they have a better results compared to the people who are not participating.
Especially in the Indian community market, it's a very niche market in a way.
Exactly.
And this is very targeted to the community that actually consumes it.
Correct. You see, because you see that everybody was looking at the Indian community is actually, they thought that it's actually a small community, but now we're able to make it the race that the Indian community actually is a very powerful community, and they have their own purchasing power. If these particular things can be developed, these particular talents and whatever thing can develop, actually we can become a hub, like I said just now, become a hub for the Southeast Asia, not only for the wedding, but with other product and services, and the Indian community can become a bridge to India, where the Indian community can go to bridge to India, that if any bilateral trade that we are going to do with the Indian community can become a spokesperson, like how the Chinese in Malaysia become a spokesperson when they're dealing with China.
That's quite true. Well, you're looking at a very niche market, and tapping into it, it's something quite challenging, if I dare to say. Event services, and also, I mean, event services is a niche market for one, and going event services for a more niche market makes it even a challenge, tough
very
environment.
Tough.
But what about the competition? Now that people see your success, do you see more competition coming in and trying to hold festivals which are targeting?
Of course, you see, the competition is essentially like this, because everybody's wonder that how actually we can stay tuned for the past 12 years and actually we can go in. But the most important, actually, we become innovative and creative. That is most important. Of course, I always believe that you must give what actually the consumer want. That is most important. So every year when they come in, they will see something new. That's the reason that when we are seeing that, first of all, on the exhibitors' reputations has come back again. Second, on the consumer, come back again and doing. And also what actually consumer want and value for the money. When every exhibitors and every visitors who came into our event, they know they've got a value for the money. And value for the money and what they want. So this is actually has made that event actually become such an people looking forward the event. On the competition side, I think we are not discounting that anything on the competition side, because anything business who people look at, this is very, very promising, a lot of competition to come. But we always feel that actually we always give something different to the market, and we create something very new and always wanted to make it better. That's the reason that we are going to Singapore this year, and next year actually we are going to Jakarta and also to Melbourne. The same concept. In fact, some groups of the India, they're asking us to bring this shopping carnival, the Indian shopping festival, going back to India. So many people actually. So, but we are taking one step in one time to go back, and we feel that the module, that the concept, and also whatever we have created is actually very unique compared to any other people.
Well, you're talking about going abroad to different countries and even back to India. But looking at closer back to home, where we have consumers who are starting to go more and more into the digital shopping arena, and maybe are not attracted to the crowds. How are your company managing such things?
See, that's a very good question. See what happened on the social media, online marketing, digital marketing and everything, I think become very competitive on the whole entire thing. So we actually prepared for that because it's become the event itself become very, very attractive kind of thing, and we have actually a lot of inquiries and a lot of calls and telling that they cannot come to the event, how actually to buy it. So we always in the past we always say that we ask them to come to the next event, because our event is in the range of 2 months once. We'll have in one places, either KL, JB, then we have it in Penang and back in Kuala Lumpur. So generally now we are preparing one on the loyalties purchasing, that when you buy with the card kind of thing, and where we actually tie up with the Touch and Goes together, and also we are doing online marketing very soon, that we restarted the whole entire portal. That what happened is the Malaysian consumer or whatever things in Malaysia, they can buy it directly from our vendors. So we will have the portals exactly like the online portal, that if you don't come to the event, you buy it directly from online from us. So this is actually our what we are preparing on the digital marketing, that online marketing, and the challenges on come, because over the time everybody just wanted to get a comfort, just press the button, you want to get the product,
and also to make sure that you can buy it year round instead of just waiting.
Exactly. So we are going to launch the online marketing the portals very soon. We're going on the pilot projects now. It's doing very well, and we are going to select a very, very niche products, everything into our portal. I think another 2 months we are going to launch it, and this is going to be a blast, and I hope this is definitely going to be one of the things that where the Malaysians are definitely going to look forward for that.
And this one will only focus more only on the Indian products, or are you going to also look at the other community?
You see, at first, because we wanted to concentrate at what is our core product, core businesses, because I think that is our expertise. Because when you're talking about Agenda Surya Communication, they are specializing on the event for the Indian community. So that is first thing. And second, what we are looking at, the products who are coming in from Bali, from Medan, all kind of Indians kind of stuff, which have little bit of the Indians kind of stuff kind of thing. Even Malaysians product who have the Indian stuff kind of thing, little bit kind of thing. We're going to add up that on that. So this will make the whole entire our portal will become a very, very interesting, and we don't mind actually adding up another Malaysian's product into that. So when this whole entire portal will be viewed probably from Europe's, even from America's kind of thing, it will make it very, very interesting for them to come and shop.
It'll be something like Alibaba, where you actually have all the specific niche for the Indian community.
Exactly.
And to actually get the sales. Well, looking closer, you mentioned that, well, you've mentioned about your Global Indian Festival, which is held in Mid Valley, and the World Indian Festival, which is going to be held in Singapore.
Correct.
What other festivals, apart from the Bridal Festival, do you have?
One more that we have it is actually Penang International Indian Shopping Festival. We already done it for 5 years. The next one we are going to have it from 25th to 29th of July at the Spice Penang's Pizza, formerly known as a Pizza Stadium. That event is we have about we done it for 5 years. It's very, very successful. We received more than 200,000 visitors. We done it also in Johor since 2011. This year is going to be the 4th year. They call International Indian Shopping Festivals, Johor Bahru edition. And that particular event last year, we got it the 2nd place for the from Johor Tourism Award for the best internationals. Exhibitions from the Johor State Government itself. And a part of then we are doing the Indian Wedding Fair, then also the Deepavali Carnival, where we started in Brickfields in 2002, and for the past 2 years we've been doing in Bukit Jalil. So the next edition is going to held from 10th of October until 21st of October at Bukit Jalil for 11 days, and that event is actually the biggest considered for the outdoor event, whatever. We have almost about 380 vendors.
Wow, that's huge.
Very huge, and we are actually equivalent to the the total visitors anything range from 400,000 to 500,000.
Well, you're in a niche market, and I could imagine that do you work closely with the tourism?
Yes, of course. We work very closely with Martrade. See what happened, Martrade is they're very supportive for the whole entire thing, and a lot of Malaysian exhibitors actually, whoever people are taking the booth, they're giving the grants of the 50% and grant kind of thing. Even for the overseas events, they've been supporting the next event. And also Tourism Malaysia been very supportive, because like especially the Global Indian Festival is only the Indian event, the biggest in the region. So that is the only events that you can get a lot of Indian communities coming in and see the thing. And also we have a good support from the custom departments, and also we have from the other ministry who Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, who have been very supportive, where all the local regulations and the kind of thing they've been giving very support. So this is all the government agency has been giving a very good support sense to our companies to organize all these events.
Well, your company is now coming into what, 2003, 2014, more than 10 years already.
Yes, correct.
And you've achieved a lot for a 10-year-old company. What do you see Agenda Suria Communications in the next 5 years to come? What's the plan? I mean, expansion plan?
What I'm looking at, actually, the thing is what we are looking at. I'm seeing that the Global Indian Festivals, I'm foresee that when we are going to have the Global Indian Festival, it's going to be the most colorful, people looking forward event, not only from Malaysia but all over the world. So we can have it that's probably about 400 to 500 booths kind of thing. Then we are targeting probably about 500,000 to 1 million people to come and visit the thing, and it become one of the major event in the world that people are looking forward. And I've been targeting this probably in another 3 to 4 years time is going to happen. That's the reason that actually we created a parallel event in the World Indian Festival in Singapore. And on top of that, what we are trying to see that how actually we wanted to position our Malaysian businessmen and Indian businessmen who are actually very, like I say, that like the kacang putih, the altar makers, they got so many local businessmen who actually to uplift them together with the event in achieving on the world market. So this, when the events come in and when you contribute so much of thing, one good thing is actually you give so much of FDI to the country. And second, when you position Malaysia as the hub, then that itself already created a lot of spill business out. So I'm looking at that particular thing. So I'm very confident that we actually can, in year 2018 or 2019, we are thinking that this event is going to be one of the biggest in the world, where the Indian community all over the world, even from Europe, from America, from Canada, from South Africa, coming to Malaysia looking forward for the events.
And even beating the Dubai
Shopping Festival.
Festival. Well, thank you so much, Jack, for coming in and sharing with us about the potential and even the rapid expansion plan that you have for your Indian festivals.
No problem. We'll listen.
Okay. Well, right now we're going to take a quick commercial break. After this, we're going to have a CEO interview, so stay tuned.